Hello, friends. Welcome back to the ComfyUI Town Hall. It's me. It's MJ. I'm Pers. That's MJ. We are back again to hang out and talk about all the cool stuff that happened this week, all the fun tools that have come out, and just general roundup of all the good times we've been having. So. If you guys missed it, yesterday they dropped a OpenAI node for ComfyUI. So, well, three of them actually, for Dolly 2, Dolly 3, and Image 1, which is the image model behind O3 and O1 and all the crazy, all the cool GPT images you've been seeing lately. So, now having that in Comfy, now we can plug it into other workflows. And if you want to go in depth with that, check out our last stream yesterday. But today we're just going to hang out and play with it a bit and maybe try out some other stuff, and we might play with some HiDream and just vibe out and play with some of the new tools that are out. I just realized I just talked for a minute and a half straight. What's up, MJ?
I don't mind it. I like your voice. Hi, everybody. Hi, Purse. Excited to be back with you. We never talk enough, you and I.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
I think with how many models come out, we're going to have to do a stream every 20 minutes at this rate.
Yeah, but I mean that's a good problem to have, right?
So
OpenAI GPT Image 1. What have you guys been doing with it? A lot of the times people are like, "Oh man, once we have this, I'll be able to do all these crazy things," and then they just kind of wait for the next thing, and nothing ever happens. So let's see what y'all made with it. Post it at ComfyUI, at Pers Beats, at Midjourneyman on X. Tag us, show us what you've been making with Image 1, because as you know, it's a super powerful model. And one thing I thought maybe we could do today was use it, and maybe I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a bit of a yellow tinge on all the images. So maybe we could try to figure out a way in Comfy to use some sort of white balance node or something like that to like make a little node that'll clean up your outputs. To get rid of that sort of like old paper sort of tinge that they have. I would imagine that has something to do with their watermarking or something, but there seems to be a bit of a tint on all the images. So yeah, we can maybe build a little thing that'll fix that. That might be a cool place to start. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing I wanted to do was just have a quick run through some of the stuff I saw this week on Reddit and whatnot, because there's some really cool stuff. This person, Chuckity, they said this is the most boring video they've made in a long time, but it took 2 minutes to generate all the shots with the distilled LTX 0.96. The quality really surprised me. I didn't use any motion prompt, so skip the LLM node completely. So these are just raw prompts.
God damn.
Get rid of that.
The macro.
Yeah, this is really, really good.
Yeah, the depth of field is great.
Also, considering he said, or they said, 2 minutes to generate all the shots. That's the thing about LTX.
Christ.
It's fast.
Yeah, so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Very cool. Maggie 1 dropped last week. I haven't even had a chance to play with this yet, but more video models, better. Let's just keep them coming. More and more and more and more and more and more. So this one's autoregressive. You might know that buzzword from OpenAI. The new LLMs are autoregressive. I believe their new image model is autoregressive. That's, I think, the idea. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's the concept. So this is an autoregressive video model, which is like a new technology, new way of coming at training stuff for this. So new architectures always breed new exciting ideas, and this one looks really cool. So this one's called Magi. And what's that? It's very what?
It's a very clean output.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, I'm sure these are cherry picked.
Yeah.
Pretty much every output you'll see is cherry picked, but that's the nature of these things. So
marketing.
The fact that it can do this is awesome. So yeah, amazing. I do need to dive into this. I have not even tried it yet.
It's too much coming out.
Then Sky Reels, like
I heard great
this
things
is
about this one.
one. Yeah. Like this is by sorry, I forgot to put the other user's name there. Oh no, I didn't. It's Smercies, Smereces on Reddit. Try to give credit. Yeah. That's unbelievable. We have this locally. That's pretty close to Kling. I haven't played with Sky Reels yet, but every clip I've seen looks so good.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. That's the next one on my list for sure.
More stuff from Magi. Looks good. Yeah, it's super impressive. These models are getting better and better and better.
It's going to be becoming harder and harder.
I don't know if this one's open source, actually. Let's have a quick look at the license. Well, they dropped models. That's good. We'll do a stream on it.
Yeah.
So I saw this post, PSA, you are all using the wrong settings for HiDream. So I thought maybe this was worth investigating with the HiDream models later. I love it when people dive in and really play with all the settings and
It's the best.
And get a good answer for stuff. So maybe we'll try these versus the sort of default settings and see if we can get a better result to something like that. This is another LTX 2B 0.96 video I saw. 3060 12 gigabyte 64 gig system memory, almost 4-minute video. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
To be able to do that on a 3060 is really cool. Everybody having access to these models is the way we get cool art.
I like that a lot. It's my jam right there for sure. It looks beautiful.
And that's a new physics 2741 on Reddit. 2.1 image to video short Tokyo Bears. Yeah, I saw this last night. It's crazy. It's like yeah. So I guess they started the images with, they didn't say, but they did drop the workflow. So this is on Reddit. It's by user MTRX3. 4090, 24 gig, 1280 by 720, 81 frame outputs, Sage Attention 2, and Torch Compile. So that's basically what we've been running for one. It seems to get you the most value for your time. But these clips look incredible, man. Like,
Ride the bear.
Starting with the images is the way to go because you can really craft the world first, and then you're just sort of animating frames of the video instead of the other way around, where you're trying to like dream the whole movie every frame. Amazing.
It says right here. Yeah, nice.
Comparing LTX 0.95 to 9.6 distilled. So this is the newer version, but the distilled version of the newer version, and this is the older full version on the left here. So newer version, but a lot more lightweight. Older version, heavier weight on the left. And look how much better the distilled 9.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's so much crisper. It's crazy.
God damn. Oh, yeah. Look at this shot. This one is incredibly...
Yeah. The faces on the left, they sort of like fall apart, but on the right, they're
more real looking.
They're starting to actually get some consistency together, frame by frame. Super exciting.
That is crazy. Yeah.
And again, that's the distilled model. Those videos render so fast. It's like, it's bananas. Yeah, if you're like me, you like to make tons and tons of stuff and then edit it, LTX is great because you can just like make folders and folders of videos and then go in and like cut it all up and do it into something.
That's super special.
But also with having image to video now too, you got starting frames. It's killer. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the rundown of the stuff I saw on Reddit. Have you seen anything cool this week?
Yeah, no, I kind of like focused myself on the the GPT node release, so I haven't
Oh,
had a chance to
I just
to f-
remembered.
go ahead.
I
Tell
just
me.
remembered.
Sounds like you
There's
have something
one more
exciting
I
to say.
wanted to show. Yeah, there's one more I wanted to show. At least one more. I hope the community is already aware of Enigmatic E, but if not, check this out.
I saw that today. Yeah, it's crazy. He's so good.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
like normal day in the office for him.
I know.
Hey, for once, it doesn't involve his treadmill, his famous treadmill. When he's walking or running on it.
To get the stationary camera, yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
love when it does that.
this right here is like this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm super excited about. Is like pairing traditional VFX tools with these current technologies is
Yeah.
really exciting. Oh, it looks like this user. Oh, Lovis. Looks like Lovis took previs footage from Game of Thrones and ran it through AI to see if he could get it to.
Oh, wow.
That is incredible. I love this guy going flying across like.
Yeah. Let's see. HiDream.
That's really neat. I saw something else that was really cool too. Can't find it now. That's the way Banadoko goes. There are so many amazing things everybody's up to. Ah, yes. Look at this.
Oh, that is something
That's
else right
really
there.
cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
What was this one made with? Did they say?
This is a 14B1 2.1
Wow.
LoRa training. So Ingi, who we've featured on here a few times already, showed Armand here how to do one LoRa training. And looks like they trained LoRa on like flowy, like simulation type people things. So yeah, this is really cool. Oh, it looks so good. We are inching closer and closer. Oh, and Chris, syntax diffusion. This is audio reactive, but I don't have the audio on because of the copyright stuff. But just imagine the thumping music. This is reacting to it, but it's animate diff. So this is all ComfyUI.
Yeah, I was there the other night when he did it. Good stuff.
And it's got that sweet, like, I know people don't like it, but in animate diff LCM, there's this like effect that happens with, I guess a lot of the footage was trained on like time lapse footage. So you get this thing where the light is like bouncing all over the place, and it's like all over the background of this like coral reef here. It always happens underwater because it thinks of like caustics and that being the same thing. It's just a super interesting thing that animate diff does. A lot of people can't stand it, but I love it. I think it looks
I
cool.
love it too. Yeah, it's just like the kind of like the diaphragm style too. It has its unique signature.
Yeah, but yeah, these are all art posts over on Banadoko. So yeah, go check that out and post your stuff over on the Comfy Discord as well, and we'll be able to feature it on the stream.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, show us what you've been working on with all this stuff. So let's jump into pulling up the image one.
Node,
Oh,
yeah.
Phil's already got a GPT image one node. What does this do? You just pop your API key in. Wow.
Yeah, you can do it on the stream. Looks good. Sounds
Got
good to
me. That guy's no chill. OpenAI GPT image one. There it is. Bingo.
Here we go.
So let's try an adorable teddy bear holding a sign that says ComfyUI Town Hall. And let's pull it out and add a save image node. And we'll call it sorry, itchy nose. OpenAI image 1, and we'll call it image 1. No, we'll just call it gen. It'll be like generation. Boop. So this should just do the thing as long as all my settings are still settings. Zoom in on that there. Nice. So again, it's got that sort of yellowish thing.
I can
to
see.
it.
Yeah, you can see it too. It's quite obvious.
Let me do another one. Let's try. Let's do a square one. You can set the resolution here for your image. You could do like square, you can do wide, or you can do tall, or auto. This was auto. So like if you select auto, it kind of does it based on what you prompt. So like whatever it thinks. So let's try a square one. Yeah, let's do square.
Yeah, I tested that the other day. It works quite well actually at guessing what it should be. It's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't realize it could only do the 3 aspect ratios. I thought it was just holding out on me when I was trying to run it on the web app. There we go. So yeah, this is pretty white, but I don't know if you guys have what your monitors look like, but there's a bit of a yellow tinge to this. But there's all kinds of nodes to deal with that in Comfy. So let's try a white balance node. Do I even have one? Who's got a white balance node? Was?
Let's see. Let me see if I can find something for you. White.
I think Woz has one. Let's just install crazy node packs on the fly. Well, not crazy. Woz is one of the first node packs, honestly. What's your guys' favorite white balance node? Hit me in the chat. I'm sure you all have strong opinions.
Let's see.
All right, let's restart. I'm pretty sure that we'll find out.
Yeah, there is one from Elan Gok called ComfyUI post-processing nodes, apparently.
Okay. Imagine preparing for a stream.
That wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah. Oh, Super Beast has one. That's right. Brad does have one. Speaking of Super Beast, I spoke to him recently. He's still doing well.
I was going to ask you. Okay, awesome.
Very busy, very busy. But wants to get back into the Comfy game soon.
Yeah, I missed that guy.
Mm-hmm. Check out superbeasts.ai's node pack. It's pretty cool. I think the image batch tool, which is like my favorite, is actually kind of broken right now. But everything else in the node pack is still good.
Yeah, it allowed you to just add to it was infinite. There is no limit to how many images you could add to a batch. It was very useful.
Did some like resizing in line too, just save a lot of trouble. Did Phil make one? He made a node for everything else. Yeah, basically.
That's a good point.
Yeah, if you just wait 6 hours and Phil make a node for it. So. All right, friends. Looks like we are almost back. Spoke too soon. There's a lot of words in that window. Machine delusions. I know that guy. All right, here we go. So let's confirm. It's going to reload the page. Okay. So one thing to do, if you don't want to keep burning API credits to test workflows like this, just bypass the API node that you're working with. And while you're building your pipeline, just add a second save node here, and then just use a load image node, right? And just load something that you made with it. And then basically you're all set to just keep working on your workflow until it does the thing you wanted to do. Then you can plug the API stuff back in. So you're not just burning credits constantly making images and tweaking values on your workflow. This type of thing is like an important building block for like how to think about using Comfy in general you kind of want to like try to figure out the lowest impact version of what you're trying to do to iterate. And then when you have what you like, then you do the full shabubula. And that's like, yeah, that extrapolates to all kinds of things. But yeah, where was I? OpenAI image. I'm in the wrong folder. There it is. Okay, there's our ComfyUI Town Hall there. So pop it to save image. We have what we had before, except we're not generating the image. We're just pulling it up. So I want to play with the white balance. So let's see if there's a white balance node. There isn't. Who did you say had one?
Oh, me? Actually, I looked. It was some filters and not it. So.
Oh, okay, great.
I thought someone in the chat told you there was someone.
I think KJ. Doesn't KJ Notes have one?
I'm gonna keep on searching.
Oh yeah, Super Beast.
Super
Beast. We were just talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get this going. This is the fun of Comfy.
Was apparently, yeah, indeed, was at something.
I could have sworn was had one.
Yeah, levels. It's called image filter adjustments and image levels adjustment. It's maybe.
Let me see.
It may work actually. Check it out.
Yeah, I use image filter adjustments a lot.
And then you have image levels adjustment. See if that helps what you want to achieve.
Oh yeah, I'm sure JoeVX has one. Oh, okay. That's getting closer.
And then there is a color correct from ComfyUI Art Venture.
Oh yeah, we got color match.
Yeah, try that one.
Well, color match, no.
Here, try this one.
It's not exactly what we want.
Or you search for.
I ain't installing crazy node packs on. So let's get back to where we were. Refresh Comfy. Yeah, do the thing. Restart. All right, hopefully Brad's will do it. Yeah, so Ben says, interesting. I came from a background in photography, so I largely use Lightroom. I never thought to use nodes. Yes, and one of the other things about that is like in an app like Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever, you get real-time feedback when you're adjusting the levels. Whereas with Comfy, you got to run the workflow every time you adjust the value. So it can be a little more daunting, but then if you find the values that you're kind of just setting all the time or like an automatic thing, Comfy's great for batch processing stuff, but that fine control where you want to like dial it in, it's often better to do this type of image stuff in like an actual image editor like Lightroom or Photoshop or something, because then you can just dial it in exactly. But yeah, if you know what you want and you're just applying like a blanket thing, Comfy's great for that because you can just add it on the way through and save both versions. And then you have a sort of like pretty version and like a raw version. Then later, if you want to fix it up, you can always just go back to the raw version. And if your pretty version's good enough, then you're good to go. It's usually I branch off my saves if I'm going to post process and try to maintain whatever the most pure version of the output was, so that you can always post process it later. That was a very long answer to a question nobody asked.
No, but it's a good point. I mean, you know me, I'm a photographer, so I swear by Lightroom and Photoshop, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's good that to know that you can just do that stuff here, because it's kind of more of a pain to deal with Lightroom sometimes. And I'm cooking with gas on the HiDream on my side, by the way, Pers. We're good.
I guess it's the HDR effects I was talking about. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. How does nobody have a white balance node?
I'm going to continue to search. I mean, yeah, I found like...
It feels like something. Let's see what we can do with. None of these really tinted. The problem is the tint.
Let's see this one.
ComfyRoll color tint.
There is yeah, I have one with temperature, hues, brightness, contrast, saturation, gamma. That's
actually temperature might not be it. Which one's that?
It's a different word. Yeah, node pack that you may not want to install. But
all right. Okay, let's see what. Let's see what all these do. Let's see what where we can land with these. So image filter adjustments. We can do this together. So if I do this, it shouldn't do anything. It should just make the same image. And we can actually check that. There's a couple ways. We can make, this is actually another cool thing you can do, is make image grids. So if you want to compare images that you're making together, you can say, I want to use image concatenate, which is a KJ nodes node. So if you go to the manager, custom nodes, KJ nodes. That's KJ nodes. I highly recommend this node pack. There's a lot of really great stuff in it, but one of them is the image concatenation or image concatenator. There's one, and there's an image concatenate multi, which lets you do like multiple images. And the idea is that's how you stick like one image beside another image or one image below another image. And then you just make the grid with those nodes. So in this case, we have our original image. We have in this case, it would be like this one. And then we also have the one we just processed. So if I want to see them side by side, I would plug the first image into image one, plug the second image, the output from the filtered image into image two. And then we plug that into the save image and we just call it gen grid. And then when we make this, it's going to actually show us side by side. So we can tell pretty aggressively that it's not doing anything yet because we haven't adjusted any of these values, which is correct. So let's zoom in on this real good and start adjusting the values. So it's a little too yellow. So is there anything we can do with this node? I don't know.
Temperature? You don't have temperature here.
Yeah, not on this one. So the problem is the tint. So really this brightness is just going to affect the brightness. The contrast is going to affect the contrast. The saturation is going to affect the black and whiteness of it, or just like the absolutely overexposed saturation. So with saturation, you can control how like colorful your images are. So this is a really good way to post-process stuff that's maybe a little too flat. And if there's stuff that's a little too crazy, you can back that off 0.8, etc. And you can kind of desaturate that image a little bit. So yeah, like this image filter adjustments, I actually use it quite a bit in post-processing when I'm using a model and I notice a model has certain characteristics. It's always a little washed out. I'll saturate those images a bit more. If it's always a little too saturated because it was like trained on comic books or something, maybe I'll desaturate them if I'm not doing that particular style. So you have all these controls in Comfy if you want to just like make the decisions and hit the buttons and save, variations. But yeah, you can always just take them into an image editor and do the same thing. And I think there's like an open in Photopea and stuff like that node where you can like right click on it and then just open it in a quick and dirty web photo editor, make your change and then save it. And it just goes right back into the node the way it was. So that's another option too.
Which I was going to say real quick, talking about concatenate, because that's a great trick. There is also like an image compare node that's very useful where you can slide, like it's going to superpose the two images on top of each other, and you can actually see by moving your mouse the before and after, and it's also very useful.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that one.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't. I have ComfyRoll, but it's not
it's an image compare from RG3.
I got to install RG3. There's so many nodes to install RG3. Boink. I need it anyway. RG3. What's the other one? Chris Tools. That one's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of lots of quality of life fixes in those nodes. Lots of the Chris Tools one and RG3, they add stuff to the overlay to tell you about the current execution that Comfy's doing. So if you're getting interested in the diffusion process and you really want to like try to understand exactly what's happening at every step, that's awesome because it says right at the top like exactly what's happening, and like over time all the terms start to make sense if you keep watching it. And then the Chris Tools has some really great like network and temperature, GPU temperature, CPU usage, memory, that kind of thing. Those little indicators at the top of your thing to let you know the status of your system and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes I turn the temperature one off because I don't want to know my GPU's at 90 degrees, but
I cook my eggs on my GPU at home. Love
yeah,
it.
Basically. Plus, I had my fan installed incorrectly for about a year on my CPU, so I was just blowing heat the wrong way in my fan. I'm a professional, as you can tell. Okay, we got RG3. What was the RG3 node?
Compare,
right?
Image compare, I think it was called.
That's the one.
Or compare.
There it is. Okay, so yeah, similar concept. You just plug in image 1, image 2, and then when you run it, it makes a real small image. No, I'm just kidding. It does this cool thing where you can move your mouse over it, and it shows you underneath as you move your mouse the difference. This isn't going to help because I didn't make any changes, but let's do. So now I've done a complete desaturation of the image. You can see the difference here. So on here, if I move my mouse over it, you can actually literally see what like exactly what the difference is between what you're doing. So yeah, they give you a really good idea of the changes you're making to an image, or if an upscale is better than another. Like if you're trying to figure out if your upscales are even better than your runs, this is a cool way to do it. You can run both in and it'll resize them, and then you can like just look at it and be like, you know what, that detail doesn't actually help anything. It actually looks worse with more detail, because that can happen too. Yeah. So yeah, image compare is great. The concatenator is great. And then the other cool thing with the concatenator is you can concatenate concatenators. So if for whatever reason I wanted a grid of 4 of these, you can just like make an array by plugging one concatenator into another concatenator and putting it below. Make 2 concatenators, then concatenate those concatenators, and that's the beauty of the modular system.
And then you can say caca.
Yeah, we can concatenate all day. But yeah.
And this is when Phil would come in and he would actually make art by concatenating all kinds of stuff and add TVs in the background and stuff like this. It's kind of fun now. You can push the concept and build.
All right, where do we get to? Do we find any temperature nodes? Let's try color tint. Let's see what this does. Okay, it made it completely black. So let's try a strength of 0.0 or 0.1. This should just darken the image. Yes. Okay. So if our image is too yellow, what is the opposite of yellow? First, we'll try to cool the image and see if that helps.
Would it be purple?
Well, actually, that helped quite a bit.
It is purple.
So the problem is our image was too warm because it was yellow. So by cooling it, I've actually kind of evened out the white balance. So that might be the way to go. Pretty good. 0.3. What happens at full strength?
Yeah.
So that's what we're applying. So if we just apply this at a lower strength, maybe 0.1. We don't want it to look blue. We just want it to look less yellow.
Yes, and if you heard me, like the opposite of yellow would be purple. I don't know if that's helps here, unfortunately.
That's kind of good. So now we can try this method with the API node and see if we can get some cooler outputs. So let's see how it does over, using it over and over again in different ways. You will go into here. You're going to go away, compare. Let's delete all this stuff and not have this absolutely gross setup here and try to make some sense of this here. Okay, hopefully we can see that. Layer style, eh?
Don't know if I have this one. Let's see. Nope, I don't have this one.
153 nodes, eh? YOLO. It's a lot of stars, though. We're good. I feel safe. That's a lot of stars. Doobie doobie doo. If you guys break my comfy, I swear.
And this is when I will have to take over.
Auto adjust version 2. Yeah, I will try it out. Absolutely. If y'all don't know, go KFM, go check out their GitHub, make lots of cool stuff, VLM nodes, all kinds of cool things. Render. Oh no, we're not rendering. We're installing dependencies. I need a little song for everything. Yeah. MJ's dying to take over, I can tell.
No, I enjoy
he wants in, baby.
And I'm
he can just take over. That's the thing. He's got the same access I have.
No, I'm just
he just push my screen away and put his up if he wants. He's just being polite.
I'm just messing around with HiDream while you do this.
Did you get it going?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we'll jump over and you can show off some HiDream stuff. I'll send you those settings. Maybe they're better. I don't know. Try them out.
Oh yeah. We sure. Actually, this would be a fun test. Because I don't love necessarily what I'm getting right now. It's okay, but it's not like mind blowing. So I would be curious to try.
This is a lot. This is a lot of dependencies, people. What are you trying to do to me here? What are you trying to do here? What are you trying to do to me here? You trying to kill the stream on stream?
Okay, I got a good prompt. We can test things on.
Thought you loved me. Thought you loved me, chat. Packages are being installed. Things are happening.
Some of the comments are funny. Cosmic.
They want us to fight.
Oh, we don't. We won't. We just love each other too much.
I'll fight.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that is indeed a lot of dependencies. Holy moly.
Yeah. This is for sure going to break something. Look at all these scary things it's downloading. ONNX runtime. Like that breaks everything always, all the time.
Well, at least you're not in your...
I don't trust you people.
You're in your production build, thankfully.
Yeah. Thank God I'm only using the ComfyUI that I use for streaming. Living on the edge. All right, go. We got this. This is gonna work. Why would I say that? That's a dumb thing to say.
I'm curious now. Let's just have some fun here in the chat. Let's comment. Who thinks it's gonna work?
50-50 draw.
Let's see. I say it will work. I have faith. What do you say, Purse? You say I feel like you're more on the it won't work.
I feel like it would have thrown an error by now. I'm cautiously optimistic. This is a lot of updates, though. Good lord.
Yeah, it's like
this node pack might run, but nothing else will.
Yeah, this is funny.
What are the odds? Not sure it's gonna work. Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna work either. Yeah, winner gets a free month of ComfyUI.
Oh wow, yeah. Do you see that? It says it's like half of it. That's crazy.
That's absolutely wild.
We might have found like developers that create more nodes than Phil.
I know this has more dependency than Phil nodes. I'm blown away. I thought Phil had the record. I haven't tried the Mixlab nodes yet. I mean, any node pack can be hell if there's a dependency problem, right? Like, it's not the developer's fault. It's just it's dependencies. It's just dependencies, man. You know, it's just dependencies.
Do you want me to share for now, Purse? And
yeah, this is taking way longer than I thought it would.
Let me do that.
It'll be done as soon as you take over.
I know, but it's fine. Okay.
I don't care.
Let me just and no, you can simply just test your settings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So I did download the models, and again, the cool thing is what I did. I started Comfy, fresh workflow, browse templates, and then I went to image or basic, up to you. And yeah, I went to image actually, sorry, and I picked HiDream Dev, and that's what came up. And there is a new window that pops up. I mean, newish window that's going to pop up, tell you what's missing. And I just downloaded them, and I put them where it told me to put them. Which one of them was the HiDream Dev model FP8. Yeah, you can change this to FP8 also if you run out of VRAM. I'm okay on default on my 4090. Clip L for there, and a clip G for HiDream, and T5XXL, and some llama for prompt adherence, and also a safe tensor, a VAE, which I don't know if I had the same or one I would have worked already, so I just decided to just re-download it. And again, a little trick that I like to do personally is I create a folder within the VAE folder where it's one for Flux, one for HiDream, one for Union, one for WAN. This way I know if there is like specific to a model, and I do that for everything, by the way. It keeps for LoRa's as well. I think it's easier to keep it organized. It's a good little trick, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, big fan of that, because then you forget which architecture the models are, and you're just like, derp.
Fun fact, actually, Purse. Guess what? I had a llama for Union, and I didn't pay attention, and I picked it, and I was getting an error, and I was nervous because I was like, "You're gonna throw me on the stream, and it's not gonna work." It's because I picked the wrong encoder
version.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's go with a close up on the colorful eye RGB UV lit shot on a medium camera, volumetric lighting, and that's what I got. And looks good. I like this one how it came out. A little bit too maybe too crisp here, but overall, let's say it looks good. So,
which model are you using?
Oh, the HiDream Dev.
Dev, okay.
FP8. Yeah, the comfy one.
So this guy says Dev 20 steps.
Okay.
Euler.
Oh, so 20 steps. Okay.
Yeah. Euler.
Am I done or blind? Oh, here. Sorry.
Yeah, Euler. DDIM uniform for the scheduler. Is there
Got you.
Oh yeah, that nice. Okay, cool. ST3 sampling of 1.72. So you see that model sampling node?
There, yeah.
Yeah. Try 1.72.
Oh, that's highly specific. I like it.
Yeah, sure. All right, try again. See what we get. Hopefully, it's not pornography.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the. I should have used the same seed. Oh well. Are you still installing your dependencies?
Oh, I don't know. I gave up. It is literally still installing stuff. Yeah.
Brutal.
I'm just watching your stream now. Ooh.
Oh, that looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. Try some with some text. Make a sign holding.
Yeah. How about this? Give me a prompt. Should I just change the prompt completely?
Yeah, just say a man in Times Square holding a sign that says.
Let me say a sign that says.
Then in
Hers is installing dependencies. And I typo. Let's see if I can. Actually, I'm gonna leave the typos and everything.
Beautiful.
Make it authentic. All right, let's see.
Auto adjust.
I do like that that we put like some recommended default here that are signed off by Comfy. It's cool. Makes it easy. If you're lost, if you change things, you can always go back to your default safe.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. No, these these. What does it say?
It says exactly the thing. I love it.
Oh, wicked. Yeah. No, HiDream's really good at text. Like really good at text.
Oh my god, this is funny. It's my first time using HiDream, by the way. So here we go. Now we're cooking.
Dependencies.
Yeah.
Dependencies.
I'm telling you, like typos or not, this is what I wrote.
That's great.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna start playing with this one. Again, too many models, not enough hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like you have to pick your battles, or it's not your battles, but your pleasures, I should say, because all of these models are fun to play with.
That's okay. Everybody in the community is playing, so we'll be able to figure it out together.
Oh,
that's really sick. Yeah, so that again, all this stuff. So if you just go to browse templates in the workflow thing, all the workflows are right there. You can just click it. When you click it, if you don't have the models, they should come up, and you can click the download button. And most of these workflows also have links in them to download the models. So it's never been easier to get started on these workflows, because like, coming from what we had a year ago to this is crazy. Like I can pretty confidently help somebody get Comfy installed and show them what some of this means, and then just let them go. And it's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, you just have to know that when you click on download, it's going to use the browser. So you have to know to go to your VAE folder, the text encoders folder. But it should be pretty straightforward, because it's in your models folder.
Unless you're using the desktop version, then it will go into the correct folder.
Oh yeah, good to know. Yeah. But yeah, this is easy, because I just literally, while Pers was downloading his dependencies, I was just downloading these models, and I did nothing. Like I said, I just made the mistake, like I said, with to pick the wrong clip here, and that's it. But everything else was perfect. It worked right up. It makes this extremely easy.
For sure. Right on. Well, my thing's working again, so I'm going to jump back over, and what I think we'll do is we'll do a color tint and an auto adjust, and we'll actually concatenate 3 images so that we can look at them all side by side. So let's add one more concatenator. So if we plug in this concatenator that's making our left and right image, and then we have another port for this new one, and then this one will go out to this one. So we're going, this is so confusing. All right. Original image from the API node into image one. The auto adjust, actually, I need to plug the color tint version into here. Yeah. Maybe this will make more sense. I don't know.
Make some spaghetti for dinner. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. It's making me hungry for spaghetti. Okay. So this is our original image here. This is our tinted version, and this is our auto-adjusted version. The original image goes into concatenate image one. The tinted image is in image two. This entire concatenator goes into concatenator two. The third image goes into image two. So that'll be 1, 2, 3 when it smacks them all together. So what we'll get now is on the left, the original image. In the middle, we'll get the tinted image. And on the right, we'll get the auto-adjusted image. So I guess we just leave everything at 100% on this one. We'll see what it does. So now we're generating an image because I plugged the GPT node back in earlier. So let me try and clean this up a bit and make it show up on the screen a little better. Oh, interesting. Oh, yes, we had this problem before.
Yep.
The this node makes images with an alpha channel. So all you need is a remove alpha. There's a bunch of these nodes, but you can just... in case that was confusing, you notice how this was plugged into like a 5,000 nodes? If I shift click and drag the noodles off, I can maintain all the connections on either side and plug them back in. So in this case, I want them all to run through the remove alpha before they go into the next thing. So we'll go into this, into remove alpha, then everything out there. So I wanted to sort of insert this node in the group. Mm-hmm. But back in the day, I would have had to reconnect all these nodes manually. But now we can
just ask the
grab
chat
all
here.
The noodles and plug them in.
First, I have a feeling that it would be cool. Would you guys want to see one day a stream where we go over the most useful little tricks, shortcuts, techniques that we all use? I would think that would be a good stream. But like not a beginner, but just like actually things that we like to use. So I think that would be a good one if you guys are in for it.
Well, I like this one the best so far. This auto-adjusted one.
Yeah, the white is more white. It's
Who said that? Who said that? It was Okay. And a few other people. Thanks, guys. This is a great node. I'm going to use it all the time now. Worth the pain of the dependency dance.
And it was which one? Which was the auto adjust v2?
Layer color auto adjust version 2, and that is from the
layer style
node pack.
And I think we got a lot of yes for the idea pairs to go over some tricks and tips.
Get our nerd on. And then, like right now, this is the only output I have is this grid, but we can just duplicate these save images, right? Like 1, 2, 3, and just plug in the respective outputs so that you have a version of each one. So this one's tint, and this one's auto. And then when I do that, now I should have the outputs from each of these plus this sort of conjoined grid to look at them. Again with Comfy, that's the modularity that is the power. This is this auto adjust is fantastic. Yeah. The tint is good too, but the auto adjust seems to get a little more subtle detail. Feels more like it's doing the thing. Oh, I see what I did. I went 1, 2, 3. What I wanted to do was color, tint out, and auto adjust out. There we go. Don't listen to me, guys. What do I know?
You sure know how to install dependencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on the right is good. It's like real good.
Okay, gets the told you.
Told you.
It's an axolotl eating a turkey sandwich, naturally. Right on, guys. Well, I mean, as you can imagine, that's just one very simple thing we did with the OpenAI GPT Image One node. Let us know how you're using it in your workflow. Don't forget, it does really cool things. It can take multiple images in. It can take image. It can take a mask. You can tell it where you want it to make edits by feeding it a mask over the image. You can, as Phil showed, you can say, I want 3 TVs with a red, blue, and green screen. And then you can go and threshold out, mask out those colors and make yourself an animation with those colors. Like it's very responsive. It's very good at prompt adherence. So try to, it's also really good at pulling the background out of stuff too. It can make transparent backgrounds and images with transparent backgrounds and stuff. So play with it. You'll notice there's a node in the, or there's a value in the node here called background. If you change that to transparent, it'll always try to make like a transparent background, like icon thing. So if you need a logo, if you need like something like that, that's amazing for that. And then you could make workflows where you're actually playing with those alpha layers and stuff like that. So we want to know how you use this node now that you have access to Image One in your workflows. We'll see you all on Tuesday, I believe. We'll be back with some more silly stuff. I think whatever fun stuff has come out, we'll dive in together and check it out. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Purse.
What else? Yeah, man. As always, it's been super fun doing stuff with you, and man, there's just too much to cover. We got a lot to cover. We got a lot to play with. So we'll be back with even more fun stuff next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Let me throw up the little smoochy. There we go. See you all next week. Stay safe. And MJ will be back real soon with some guests. So we're going to have some streams with some interviews, some workflow deep dives, and some fun stuff. So it won't always be me talking to you. It'll be other people. And MJ's going to take the first swing. So look forward to that. And we'll see you all next week. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
See you all.